I wanted to throw in this video real quick about this is a video response to No Chasers. It's a small YouTube channel. It kind of plays on like the little mini series that Madame Noir used to do, where they used to have like a segment called Axe Men, and they would put like these kind of major city suburbanite looking black men, and they'll ask them like simple questions and stuff like that. And so I've kind of found like a younger version of it, or like another version of it called No Chasers in season one, episode 6, dating independent women. And so basically, they're just talking about dating, women who are trying to get into the corporate sphere, and they're talking about how they feel about it. Um, and some of the answers were kind of contradictory. You would sometimes see like the same guy one minute talking about like, oh well, it doesn't matter how much money she makes, and then like in the last minute it's like, yeah, it does kind of hurt me a little bit. Like I think it was like a guy with dreads or something. Is it the guy with the dreads, or was it the guy with yeah, the guy with the dreads. You know he, you know he he comes off like he starts off talking about how he dated this girl that made more money than him, and she would give him an allowance and pay for dates, and he was like, man, she could have thrown the money in my face and said, hey, you you know I'm over you, I control you, and he was like, and he was like looking in the sky like he was lying or something. Like I'm pretty sure there were arguments, um, in his relationships where she's talking about how he doesn't contribute, and stuff like that. And let me see. I'm trying to skip through it. Let me see if they put in that. Nah, they didn't put it on them, or did they? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they did put it on. And it's funny how like they kind of like whoever edited this put like a sneak this, because they had like they put like these little corny trivias. And it said like they had like a little trivia that says broke ass. Men who are dependent on their girlfriends and wives are 5 times likely to cheat than men who earn the same amount of their as their partner. And I wonder what's the likelihood if they make more. But the thing is with these type of videos is that they tend to make it seem like black men never blow black women out of the water, when statistically based off the Pew Research statistics, black men actually make more money than black women. Granted, it's not blowing them out of the water, based off the percentages, but granted they make more money. Um, Kind of not feeling like myself lately, but anyways, um, yeah, I'm really not feeling like myself. But anyways, I didn't really like the video. I felt like black men just they feel entitled to a relationship, and this is with black people in general. But black, this is what black women do. Black women entitle themselves to relationships when they're not mentally prepared for one. Just like I was talking about about the video I just uploaded, called Dear, what's her name, Lynette, so, Dear Lynette, women who suicidal women need help, not an entitled relationship. Something to that effect. And I was talking about how a lot of women who are emotionally damaged tend to believe uh, that they need a relationship to fix their problems. Like there was like some girls believe that black men are not into them because they're dark skinned versus, oh well, maybe you just don't come off as attractive, or maybe these boys are just immature. I'm like, you're expecting boys who are freaking 12 to 17 years old um, to value women, based off of good character and um, compatibility. These dudes are just like, man, I just want a red bone. I want something to smash. They're not looking for marriage. They're not. They're not thinking about, oh man, we're gonna be high school sweethearts. They're not thinking about that. And so a lot of women neglect that part. They just kind of be like, oh, well, all these niggas are self-hating, and and they just want white girls and shit. I'm like, chill out. The dude's a kid. He ain't thinking about marriage. But like for the opposite, for dudes, I feel like with black men, it's like even when we're not in a position, we still feel entitled to this shit. We still feel like, oh man, we need a relationship because, I don't want to be bored. I don't want to be alone, or I still want to get it in. And dudes, black men, this is the type of shit. Like, man, if Crystal and Kara's in, Isadora Storm, Brooklyn Blue, Simone 56, if they saw this video, man, they would clown black man. They would like, this is too embarrassing to watch. And then I'm kind of just glad that this video doesn't have that many views. I'm looking at it now and it has like 32 views, and that ain't for a well edited video. Um, you know, it's not much, especially for all this work that's put in versus shit that I do where I just talk and put freaking thumbnail in there, and I call it a day and say, hey, okay, got 60 views. I didn't put a lot of energy in it, so I don't expect a lot of people to watch it. But anyways, this stuff is embarrassing, and it just makes black men look foolish, and like, damn, like, we broke and we expecting women to do all the work. And the sad thing about it was, just last week I'm defending black men and trying to debunk Sophia Nelson and her mama pope tirade about how black women are carrying the burden of responsibility to grown ass men. And it's embarrassing. I don't like it. It's not fun. It's not something I enjoy. I want out of. I don't want it. I feel like and I really hate that black men, they see themselves as kids, man. And whoever edited this shit, man, is clowning the hell out of it. I don't even. This must be a black female that edited this shit. I have to check the credits. But let me see. Who did the editing? Is that a female? It's a dude that might have done it. I think it was a dude. But the producer is a female. The executive producer, director is a female. Well, anyways, I'm looking at it. I don't know who did who. But, I see another thing like Ballers Wanted. They put like, while women strive to earn as much as possible, they still prefer men to make more, which isn't a bad thing, but you have dudes who aren't even that motivated to make money. They're just talking about, oh, let's get the paper together, and there's one dude talking about, your money is my money. And it's funny when they say it, but hey, when women say, hey, you need to put up this amount of money to contribute to the bills, niggas are like, what you mean? What you mean? It's kind of like you know, dudes, it seems like one of those stereotypical cases on divorce court where women are looking for dudes to add into their program and try to help them out with the bills and the step kid and the dude's like your money's my money and she's like I can't be feeding you every day and you not taking your job seriously, you always getting fired and shit like that. It's not a good look. It's not a good look, and I wish black men would kind of wake up and be like, hey, man, white men aren't perfect. Asian men ain't perfect. Arab men are not perfect. But you are not seeing them on television or any YouTube channel talking about, hey, Ahmed, how would you feel if your girlfriend made more money than you? Oh, that's cool. In the Quran it says da 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 da, and it allows women to be dominant over men. It's like it's okay. This is the 21st century. We're not living in the Stone Age. Women can make more money. This is America, man. Women are like you're not gonna hear that type of shit. You know, and when you hear that type of shit from white boys, most likely you only hear from them. It's just on some tidbit of trying to get black men jealous and be like, yeah, look at me simp over black women and look how much support I got versus you, who has to try so hard and you get no love at the end. When my brother gets back from work, I hate it when he stays out so late. But anyways, I know I'm not wrong on this, and we have to make this we have to make this image. We have to work on our image. We can't be this lazy and just be like, man, it's 21st century, and like we get caught up in not being motivated. And I know it really hurts dudes to tell them that hey, you don't need to be in a relationship. It hurts them, you know. It fucking hurts them because they still want to have fun. They because they're looking at other dudes who uh, were privileged. They got the car when they were in high school versus I'm working on getting the car now. Um, and that's just a disadvantage. But black dudes kind of have to. Can't say they kind of have to. They have to get out of that mentality of letting women run things, and it's not a good look. And other races of men are looking at us like, hey, this is why we're running your community. This is why we can set up shop in your community. This is why your women are looking at us. You know, how often you hear Arab women talking about, oh, I don't date Muslim dudes. I don't date Arab dudes. How many times you hear them say that dumb shit? Even with other races like Asian women, talking about they like, black men. All they can really think about is swag juice and, being nutted on or, good sex or whatever. But real talk, how many of these other races of women are talking about how, they admire, black men allowing women to lead like black women? We're sending a very fucked up message to the world. And we're not even trying, excuse me, we're not even trying to fix it. And that's the sad part about it. We can't be looking this damn out of practice, you know, knowing that we have a fucked up reputation, knowing that hey, being broke is uh, a, is being automatically attached to black men. Look up broke, deadbeat. Those are words that been stamped on black men. You tell, and it's not even just even with black you. If if you ask a black woman, say what comes to mind when you say broke, and they say, oh, a black man. It's not just off of they're in the community the most, or they're surrounded by a lot of black people, black men. It's something that they see, and they cannot, they have a hard time trying to put a face into, hey, what does an educated lame look like? Or, I don't see, they don't see them that much. And to me, it's kind of embarrassing when I look at this video, and a lot of these dudes are well dressed. You know, I'm looking at, all these dudes are clean cut. And I know Buddy with the dreads, talking about, he don't mind women paying for dates, and his ego is like in the first part. I think he was talking about, yeah, in the first part he's talking about, you know, if a woman makes more money, it will determine if the dude she's dating is a man or a boy. And I think what he was trying to insinuate is that if you make more money than your girl, you're a boy. And if you make less, you're a man, and like you know how to take an L. And then like in the mid part of the video, the same dude with dreads is talking about how he dated this girl that threw money in his face, blah blah blah. She didn't make a big deal out of it, according to him. But he's lying. I know he's lying. As he looks up at the stars, he looks up because when he does this part of the interview, he's looking way off to the right. Cause he felt some type of way, but he doesn't want to seem stupid because he wants to, I guess, stay on topic or not throw off the segment too much, since every guy is basically saying the same damn thing. But at the end, you can sense that he felt uncomfortable with it, even though it felt good. Yeah, it felt good that I'm making that I get that he's getting money without working, but he cannot go to other men and say like, I get paper too, and niggas like, what you talking about, fool? You a house nigga, man. You just getting your girl's money, man. You a third party dude, man. You a kid. And this reminds me of a video that I critiqued um, 2 months ago, I believe, with a black feminist, this young black feminist, and she's talking about her father. She's talking about her father, like her parents were married, and her father was a stay-at-home dad, and he was jealous. He was jealous um, that he couldn't really be a man because he wasn't making money. He didn't have income. And I made a comment in a video response saying that he felt that way because he's seeing patriarchal men making plans and doing shit on their own terms. They're not the ones asking their wife for gas money. They're not the ones talking about or, receiving the calls of, hey, I'm going to stay out late because of work. Can you do these errands for me? You know, he's seeing men who can dip in and out of a relationship without feeling like they need their women financially, and her dad was feeling some type of way, and seeing men make their own moves, whether it's white men or black men who are in the position. It's going to make you feel some type of way. Especially when you're seeing black male celebrities, whether it's like an athlete or a singer, and you know these women are attractive, in shape, and they're listening to your becking. They're just listening to you. they do whatever. They're having kinky sex. They allow you to videotape them um, sucking your dick. And when the dude's not in that position, and especially when he's married and he's not in that position, you know, you're not gonna get respect, and she's probably not even gonna be that cooperative. And like Sarge Willie Pete said, no woman respects a man who makes less than her. And even with that girl that I'm talking about, the feminist girl, and surely she doesn't really see her dad that in a positive light either. You know, because she's seeing the envy and jealousy that he has. You see him trying to be patriarchal with no money and no power. And that's a statement that she made in the video, talking about there's patriarchy and sexism in the family, even though he's not making money. I said, like, that's the result. That's not a patriarchy. That's just a man in a matriarchal relationship. He's going to feel some type of way. And I think she went on talking about how girls are that girls and families face sexism because their sexuality has to be um, contained while guys are loose. And the thing is, like, I don't think it's that loose. I mean, hey, and like I said in the video, you swim at your own risk. How many fathers are taking care of their son's kids? They're I've never heard a story like that. I never heard scenarios like that where you know fathers are taking care of their son's kids. You never see a grandpa taking care of his grandson, and his son is just running loose. You don't see shit like that. It's always you know you get the baby, you take care of it. That's the mantra. And the reason why women have to be contained sexually is uh, because we don't have a good track record. Hey, I don't want to take that risk of you being a number, a statistic, a body count, and your life is ruined. That dude might not even have a father in his life to check him, and so he might be trying to squeeze in here and get into our house and say, hey, I live here too. I want to live here too. I live here too. That's my girl. I should have the right to live here. They don't want to do that. Watch those old throwback episodes of Teen Mom. You Speaking of Teen Mom, that had me reminded me of this goofy ass episode that I saw where it was this it was this black girl, and she's a product her of a single mom. Her mom's a single mom or whatever, and they I think they open up the episode talking greasy about black men and how black men feel black women, and they just kind of shit on them, and then the girl ends up being with a wigger, and it's so fucking hilarious. I'm like, you talking bad about black men, but you with a white dude who's broke, doesn't even have a job, and and you bitching and moaning about what niggas ain't doing, and you got yourself a white boy that's trying to be a nigga. I'm like, get out of here, man. But we know what that's about, man. That's something for another day. That's something for another day.